What freedom means to me is the freedom to choose what you want to do with your own life.
Freedom is the ability to speak my mind and improve my mind.
The backbone of freedom is the blood provided by military members, police officers, firefighters, and other public servants to ensure that the freedom is upheld.
Freedom means to me that I can be whatever I want to be.
As Thomas Jefferson put it, the pursuit of happiness. That's the freedom to me.
Being able to live my life as I choose.
Freedom, an intangible human concept that supports liberty and justice for mankind.
Walk the streets and not worry about my safety.
To breathe, to think, to do, to go, to be who I am.
The ability and the decision to defend against those who want to remove these rights and impose their own laws on us and remove everything that is given to us by the Constitution.
The ability to make your own choices.
So you can come from the bottom and you can go all the way to the top, and that is what freedom means to me.
It just means the ability to express yourself and having your own voice.
Opportunity.
Freedom is something that's taken for granted.
Freedom to practice my religion, first and foremost.
You just have the opportunity to succeed and to prosper and to live in the way that you want to.
We're able to do what we want to.
Being able to wear what I want without people trying to control my outfits.
Having your own voice and making your own decisions.
Free to raise a family and free to pursue your life.
Having the ability to explore and expand as a person.
Freedom means the ability of a common person to be elected, elector, to walk in, vote for the highest office in the land.
My perspective on freedom has kind of changed since I've come back from combat. In some places you don't get that freedom to enjoy the small things like family, friends, spending time with loved ones.
I have the right to do whatever I want and live the American dream.
Giving of ourselves, that's what freedom means to me.
Be able to do what I want to do with who I want to do and not being judged.
Elections, the ability to vote for who's going to represent you.
The ability to pray when you feel it necessary.
I have the ability to say what I want and be the person who I want to be.
Getting to serve alongside your brothers, going to combat zones, come out and tell stories later.
It's an opportunity.
What freedom means to me is the ability to spend time with family, with friends, to enjoy the liberties that we as Americans unfortunately take for granted, the ability to vote, the ability to exercise your opinion on maybe areas that we disagree on, but at the end of the day, it's what makes our country the greatest country in the world.
Freedom is all about equality and fairness.
Freedom of choice. It means that there's nobody really looking over my shoulder and telling me what to do.
When I think about freedom, I think about the Constitution, but I also think about the 4th of July parades, the barbecue, and all those things that we do together in our families to celebrate our freedoms.
Getting home to my family and enjoying the Sunday.
Being able to wake up every morning knowing that I have a responsibility not just to myself but to others. Being part of a family with a shared understanding that freedom is not free.
Exercising their rights together, to speak, to celebrate.
Express our thoughts freely without being forced by others to say what they think we should say.
It allows you the ability to be who you want, to worship whatever deity you want, to speak your mind freely without fear of reprisal or oppression. And the United States to represent freedom at home and abroad, it's an honor to wear the uniform.
Having the chance to make your own choices.
We can be whatever we want. We just have dreams and we can make our dreams come true.
Freedom is not something to be taken for granted. It means you're able to vote with no barriers.
Freedom to worship where we want to and to who we want to. The right to defend ourselves. And the freedom of the press that many countries don't have.
Freedom to me means the ability to do what you want, what makes you happy.
You can go places and be president.
To vote, to speak, to travel, to associate with who we want.
Being able to progress in my career as a woman and not be held back.
Freedom's being lost every day all over the world, so we need to stand strong.
Freedom is knowing that even though my parents weren't educated, I can move 5 hours away to attend the best school in the world.
Freedom is the ability to make choices in your life so that you can pursue a path that you want to have.
Being able to live your life as you see fit without a tyrannical or even a benevolent force trying to impose their will upon you.
I'm
just grateful to all the men and women that serve in the military. That allows us to have the freedom to not have to live in places like that and get to live in places like Texas.
Having the ability to be able to defend my country, sir. I enjoy putting on the uniform and defending the various freedoms that the Americans, they love to enjoy.
The individual ability to determine your own destiny with personal responsibility.
That we can do whatever we want and anytime we want to.
Being able to follow your dreams without being held back.
I have the right to associate with whomever I choose to associate.
Sacrifice, determination, and commitment. My father was in the Army for 35 years, and he committed himself to the armed services for the freedom of others.
Liberty, and home of the brave, and land of the free, and our forefathers, and our military, and the sacrifices that they have made, and everything that's dear to the American character.
Freedom is a right that many Americans enjoy as a result of sacrifices that many American veterans have made.
The First Amendment to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, freedom of speech, freedom of press. Freedom isn't free, and I think of my dad who just passed away, a World War II veteran, and the people that have to defend our freedom.
The ability to make mistakes or to have the opportunity to do what I want to do.
Freedom means to me having liberty and justice in our country. That's the reason why I joined the military, is so that my kids, my niece and my nephew, can achieve any dream and have no limitations to what they want to achieve in life.
I was a former prisoner of war during the Vietnam War, and freedom is very special to me, obviously, but we recognize and appreciate those that have served before us, those that are serving today, men and women, to enjoy the freedoms and liberty that we take for granted. No other country on the face of the earth has all the freedoms and services that are available to us, and we just need to thank God every day for those that have probably served the uniform, those that will continue to serve in the future for our liberties and freedom.